Do you have a family member or a close friend that you would consider to be an alcoholic?
How to detect the signs of alcoholism. Not all alcoholics fit the stereotype of the down-and-out drunk. Learn to recognize the warning signs in yourself or a loved one. You will need reflection, observation skills, and honesty. Step 1. Weigh the importance of alcohol to you or a loved one. Is there a general preoccupation with drinking, like when, where, and with whom the next round will begin? Is it difficult to stop drinking once it starts, or to stick to a limit? Is a life without drinking impossible to imagine? Step 2. Consider how much alcohol is consumed. Does drinking take place on a daily basis? Is binge drinking, more than 5 drinks in one sitting, a commonplace event? Do hangovers and blackouts occur frequently? The compulsion to finish every drink, and even other people's, is a red flag. Step 3. Examine the motives for drinking. Using alcohol as a mood enhancer or coping mechanism is common among alcoholics. Step 4. Think about the guilt, if any, associated with drinking. Have there been promises to cut down? Lies told about the amount consumed, or about drinking altogether? Step 5. Measure tolerance for alcohol. Being able to consume a lot of liquor with few signs of intoxication is not a badge of honor. It's a sign of addiction. Step 6. Don't be fooled by the ability to hold down a job. As many as half of the 18 million American alcoholics are considered high-functioning, meaning they can spend years maintaining the facade of a normal life while drinking to excess until something catastrophic happens. Step 7. If you see these signs in yourself or a loved one, call the National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Referral Routing Service toll-free at 1-800-662-HELP, 4357 for help. Did you know, according to one study, 10% of the U.S. population's drinkers imbibe 50% of all alcohol consumed.
Alcoholics often feel alone, so why not give them comfort and support them? Alcohol Anonymous is a great support system for anyone who is feeling alone. I want to encourage you and take a positive viewpoint about Alcoholic Anonymous. Let me begin by informing on you what alcohol actually is. Of the 3.9 million Americans who received treatment for a substance abuse problem in 2005, 2.5 million of them were treated for alcohol use, according to Foundations for a Drug-Free World. So what is alcohol? Alcohol is a drug. A short-term effects of alcohol would be blackouts, a headache, an upset stomach, vomiting, or slurred speech. Long-term effects would be alcohol poisoning, violence, high blood pressure, nerve damage, and liver disease. Alcoholism consists of 4 systems. 1, it would be craving, which is a strong crave for it. 2 is a loss of control, losing the ability to keep themselves under control no matter what the occasion is. 3, a physical dependence, withdrawals from not having the alcohol. And then 4 would be tolerance, the need to drink even greater than the amount in order to get their high that they crave from it. Next, let me tell you about the history of alcohol. For example, what was used to make alcohol back in the day would be fermented grains, fruit juice, and honey. Alcohol has been served as sources of needed nutrients before, which would be healing, disinfectant, and a painkiller. According to alcohol stats, and I quote, "Sadly, alcoholism and alcohol abuse can lead to dangerous health problems and in the same cases death. U.S. alcohol statistics, for example, reveal that approximately 50,000 cases of alcohol overdose are reported each year. Let me begin to tell you about the treatment for alcohol. Treatment consists of detox. This may be needed immediately after the stop of the alcohol use and may be medical treated because the body's so used to having that alcohol to its daily function that now the body is going to sometimes it's going to withdraw, but sometimes it may even go to death and shut down. When you're withdrawing, you may experience seizures and hallucinations. You want to, the next step would be go to counseling and receive medications to recover from the alcohol. This step in treatment can be done inpatient or to be out of patient. Next, you want a maintenance. This step successfully requires an alcoholic to be self-driven. You have to want to succeed. You have to want to recover from the alcohol. The key maintenance to support often includes regular Alcohol Anonymous meetings and getting a sponsor.
Wine,
Rum.
gin, whiskey, alcohol. Alcohol probably took 20 years of my life, and you can't get that back.
Alcohol is a drug, which most people don't think it is, but it actually is. It's classed as a depressant, meaning it slows down vital functions in the body.
Alcohol is made through the fermentation of fruits and grains.
The process of fermentation is basically letting fruit sit and rot until it can produce a mind-altering effect when you drink it.
There's different types of things you can drink that have different amounts of alcohol in them. Like a beer, if you just drink beer, that has 2 to 6% alcohol. Wine is about 8 to 20% alcohol. And then you got your hard liquors, which are like vodka or whiskey, which are about 40 to 50% alcohol.
When someone drinks 2 or more drinks, it acts as a stimulant. When they drink more than that, it acts as a depressant.
If you binge drink, what you're doing is you're just drinking repeatedly over and over large amounts and large quantities of alcohol. If you put that much alcohol in your system at one time, you can get alcohol poisoning, which could lead you to go into a coma or even kill you.
12 years old. I was in the 7th grade.
When I was in 8th grade, I think I was 13 years old.
It became very regular at 14 years of age.
15 years old when I first started drinking.
17 years old, starting going out to parties, doing things like that.
At first, drinking was a sociable thing, you know. I drank with my friends.
Thought I was really cool going out with all the older guys. And I tried to show off in front of them and drink myself stupid. They just go out and party all night.
By the time I was probably 15 is where I started drinking at school. Putting it in a water bottle, I would take vodka or gin, something clear that looked like water, and I would just drink in class and pop mints in my mouth.
We'd go in, break into his parents' liquor cabinet, fill up our super big gulps full of ice and Everclear, and then stop by 7-Eleven and fill the rest of it up with Coke, and then make it to first period.
I was drinking not just at parties and stuff, but after classes and after work and even at work.
I waited tables, so it was very easy access to alcohol.
It was just hard to say no. It was so readily available, and it was constantly there.
My drug problem wasn't something that happened immediately. It happened so slowly that I missed the fact that I was addicted to it.
It became a routine, a way of life.
The only type of people I would hang out with were people who were using drugs or drinking alcohol. And it got to the point where that's all I cared about.
It became far more than just a partying thing. It was a necessity.
Without having alcohol in me, I could not function.
We kind of became a loner because all I ever wanted to do was just drink and drink and drink.
It felt like it was my only friend. It felt like that it was always there for me somewhere. You know, when things were going bad, I could always have a few drinks. Well, for me, it was never a few drinks. It was always a lot of drinks.
I was consuming about 30 beers a day, a whole case of beer, and 3/4 of a gallon of light rum. I would essentially have that and black out every night.
I could do nothing but drink 24/7, drink, pass out, drink, pass out.
I literally started drinking so much that I would shake if I didn't have a drink.
When I would not drink, I'd get extremely sick. Deathly sick.
Just really achy all over, and you have headaches, and you're so dehydrated that you have no energy.
Alcohol had been, in and out my body so much that it had tore away some of the lining of my esophagus, and blood was creeping in.
I was a physical disaster. I was that far in my addiction of physical withdrawal that when I shut that alcohol intake off, my body tried to shut down.
The actual withdrawal from alcohol can kill you, for one thing. It's too intense. Your body has no vitamins, or it's dehydrated, and you can have DTs, you can
seizure to death. It's terrible. I got a phone call.
Recovery.org says, and I quote, "Making changes can be difficult and nowhere near is this more evident than what you are dealing with as an addict. Breaking habits involve making a lot of stimulus life changes." Lastly, let's look at what Alcohol Anonymous offers. What is Alcohol Anonymous? Alcohol Anonymous is an international fellowship of men and women who have a drinking problem. AA is a self-supporting system and is inclusive, available almost everywhere. No age requirement, educational requirements, or and the membership is open to anyone who needs it. No cost is to attend an AA meeting. No dues are required in order to be a regular attendee at the AA meetings, and no requirements are that to adhere a certain political or religious viewpoint in order to participate. As the AA literature describes this global effort to help individuals in need, this purpose of AA meetings is to stay sober and help others achieve the same, so to be sober too. In conclusion, Alcohol Anonymous serves the purpose of being a support group and is beneficial to anyone who is a troubled addict. Next time you're with that troubled loved one or close friend, remind them that there is always a support system. Alcohol Anonymous stay sober by helping you by any time. They're open 24 hours and 7 days a week. My name is Christina Calder, and this is my persuasion speech for CST 100.